Netflix is trying to unwoke before it goes broke. After losing a fortune in stock value and over 200,000 subscribers this year, the streaming giant is canceling production of an animated series created by Meghan Markle. It's called Pearl, about a 12-year-old girl. That's Meghan's emotional age, I'm guessing, who drew inspiration from influential women in history, except for the Queen. And it was part of a larger deal signed last year with Meghan and Harry's production company, reportedly worth $100 million. So why was Meghan's series one of the ones on the chopping block? And what should Netflix have spent that money on instead? They have made so many massive deals like this. It's interesting, Spike, because it's as though a lot of people at Netflix never went to business school. And, you know, you can't sustain the party forever, especially when you have pointed out people are sharing something very critical to Netflix survival. And what might that be, Spike?
Well, I think the market's speaking, and I love that they're blaming the password sharing, which has existed for as long as Netflix and every other subscription-based service has ever existed. If anything, there's probably less password sharing now than there was at the beginning because Netflix has been cracking down on it and introducing device limits and things like that. But now that's suddenly why they've seen this drop off in the number of subscribers and members. I think it's a combination of cultural reaction to some of the stuff they put out, and this has been going on for a while.
Like
I mean,
what?
Cuties was a couple of years ago now.
Oh yeah, okay.
And so I think there's a reaction to that. But I think also, I think they may have plateaued. I think they may have reached a level of saturation that they weren't going to go higher to begin with. And instead of just acknowledging that and retooling, they're blaming it on password sharing, which is just, again,
Maybe
there's
don't give
always
Ryan
been
Murphy
password sharing on
$300 million.
Netflix.
You know, it's like they gave Megan Thee Stallion reportedly $400 million. Kenya Barris, she got $100 million. Shonda Rhimes, the only one on this list who actually deserves the money because she's earned it with two massive hit network series on our Netflix series, Bridgerton and Inventing Anna, and other projects that, you know, she's apparently the only one with a commercial eye that has figured out how to appeal to people with content they'll actually watch. Maybe there are too many services now, Jessica, and this is the way the market naturally thins itself out.
I was reading an interesting article about how these services in the land of there are so many can actually distinguish themselves. And the article was arguing that the collection was where it's at, and that HBO Max, that's something that they do really well, like what they have in the past public, like the things that have come, the old movies versus the new shows necessarily. Because you know, the Sex and the City show, I really enjoyed it, but I know, you know.
Yes, but that's something, when you want to binge something and you want to be completely mindless and you want to sit on your couch for 8 hours, maybe you want to watch a show from 1999, and that is an advantage that HBO Max absolutely has. The fact that you can go back and watch Veep and Curb Your Enthusiasm and Silicon Valley and everything else. I sound like a commercial for them, but I'm not. We're running out of time. Jason, is this sweet justice for two people who have ruined our beloved British royal family? Beloved.
It is sweet justice. Their self-righteous brand and their virtue signaling are canceling them. Look, we're not going to pay to be force-fed woke dramas about pregnant men, a TV series campaigning for us to not eat meat and fish, and documentaries that tell us how racist white people are. That's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, I'm paying for it.
I'm still paying for everything.
Yeah.
I cannot believe every month I'm like, oh man, I gotta cancel 2 out of the 17 because my children will not be able to go to college. Party panel.